connect us with the chat box only. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Lisa, you're from Canada.
Yes, I am from Canada. I'm in Alberta, which is the province that hosts the Rocky Mountains and Banff and Jasper. And we are very cold. We were minus 23 Celsius this morning. Earlier this week, we were down around minus 32 degrees Celsius. So quite a shock to everyone's system, especially the pets. The dogs were not happy to have to go outside.
Okay. My daughter is there in British Columbia Institute of Technology in Vancouver. She is studying there, like that. Yeah. Then my idea is like that. We can prepare oh, Colonel, we are waiting for you. Yeah, we are missing your beautiful face.
It's good to see you, Dilip. It's such an exciting event. I'm so excited to see everybody's names here tonight. It's a wonderful thing.
You did lot of things for mine. Yeah, you guided me very well. Prepare a timetable. Then you told me how to prepare a schedule. So many things you helped me a lot, and I hope we will continue this.
We will indeed. You are setting a new standard for CDS. I'm super excited. I was so worried when I heard you are rushing around in India, and I saw in the news there are farmer strikes. I thought, please, my friend Dilip must just not be caught up in any of this.
I'm in Mumbai, so Delhi is far away from here, so no problem about the farmer strike. But here is good. We are having for my other students, teachers, and professors. You seen the list also. The participant list. Yeah.
Yes.
So, but actually participants are on WhatsApp group and Telegram. There is around 400 plus, and the forms are at 232. And now also 76 participants are there with us now, and other YouTube channel also we added that. So that also other people they are looking us. So and whatever the questions they will ask us about, then they can send in chat box, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
now we are waiting for KP. We are waiting for KP.
Yeah, if KP is stuck, we have a plan B if he's overbooked. So between Mary, Ron, and myself, we will cover the last item because of the time of the day in America. Yeah. So if KP can't make it, Mary can also speak to some of the student information, and myself and Ron can chirp in for all of that.
Yes.
But I foresee many, I see this as the first India chapter, but maybe we're going to have regional chapters for India because it's getting so big, it's wonderful. So it's good.
Yes.
Thank you. So with the permission from Ron, can we start?
Very good.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, it's my understanding you'd like me to just speak about the history of the Community Development Society.
Just before that, I will start for this and this inauguration of India chapter with you and Lucy and Lisa and Cornell, right? With your blessings, we want to open our India chapter, right?
Very good. Wonderful.
Yeah. Yes. And you share screen. Okay.
Well, this is great news. Fantastic.
Yes.
I'm delighted. And community development has been so strong in India over the years. You're a great example of, I think, of what, and the world can learn from India and its community development efforts. Just superb.
Yeah. So, Kunal, you can see this PP, my presentation?
Not yet, Dilip. If you click on share, you must double click on what you want to show us. Then it normally loads. It takes a bit of time.
Yeah. Right.
There we go. Perfect. We can see the program.
Yeah, I will show you the program.
Now we can see everything about you and that busy schedule of yours too.
Yeah, for all others, because you are the resource person, I think Bob also joined. Bob,
Yes,
welcome.
Bob is here.
Yeah, yes. So this is I already sent it to all of you, and this is the inauguration of CDS India chapter, 12 February. Today is a special day because you can count from one side and another side. Date will be same. You can check 12/02/21.
Perfect.
12/02/21. Yes.
Very good.
Yes. And so this is first I will start, just it's already late, idea behind the India chapter, then Ron will be there, then Cornell, then again Ron, Simon, Mary is there, then KP, and the question answer 25 minutes we kept, and the principal Ahirkar will give vote of thanks. He's one of the participant, and he's also helping us to me. So just give me a minute. नाही ना open केली. नाही होत ना ती share. Just give me one minute.
Sure, Dilip.
Yeah.
We've just seen briefly your presentation, but it was there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
There we are.
Are you are getting the slides? No?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can see them?
You can see?
Yes, sir.
You can see this slideshow?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, good. Yeah. So welcome to CDS India chapter. Be the change you want to see in India.
Gandhi. Good.
Yes, you recognize this person.
Yes.
He's the chair CDS USA, our captain of
Yes.
CDS team. Then do you see? I forgot her name. This is a photograph from Missouri, I think so.
This is Janie Dunning, who was part of co-chair with me of the arrangements for the conference.
Yes.
So her name is Janie.
See, here we.
International committee. Wonderful.
Yeah. I mentioned a CDS family. All this. Here is Cornell, and see all our colleagues.
Mhm.
I also forgot her name.
With Jane, our previous president or chair.
Right.
as we call it.
Right.
KP took over from Jane. Yes.
Yes. Right. So this is just my earlier remembering photographs, and I don't want to take much time because everybody is here. We cross around 120 more than in YouTube, and plus 97 participants all over India. Not only in India, from one person from lady from Ethiopia also joined. Very
Good.
much interested to know views of Lucy, Cornell, Ron, and Bob. Welcome, Bob. Welcome to India. So before going starting, we just this I request Ron also. He's a Ron Husted is a past president of CDS and the senior most person in our CDS family, professor of University of Kentucky, non-commissioned infantry officer in U.S. Army. He worked for U.S. Army. His interest area is youth entrepreneurship, rural entrepreneurship, entrepreneurial coaching, and leadership. He's a, you can just Google it. Ron is everywhere in this field. So I request Ron to just guide us for 5 minutes about the history of CDS.
Very good.
Ron, please.
Yes, CDS informally, there was a group in 1968, it's my understanding, that gathered together in Missouri, and they had shared interest in community development. And they decided to formally organize in 1969. So there was another gathering, and they called themselves the Community Development Society of America at the time. They also wanted a research journal and a newsletter. Remember, this is prior to the internet, so publications were key here. I'm told by one of my mentors that there was the electricity in the room was incredible. People were so excited that there was going to be a community development society. So the journal got underway, the newsletter, and then there was international interest. And so they decided that this would no longer be called, after a few years, the Community Development Society of America. It was just the Community Development Society, and they welcomed international members. So that was a huge shift. Over the 51 years, there has been a conference every year around the, in Canada or the United States. There has been one conference in Australia in, I believe, the mid-1990s. CDS has also co-sponsored international conferences about community development in Europe, New Zealand, Africa. And so it's a vibrant organization. I'll talk a little bit more about the benefits, but that's the history. It's and some fantastic people. I joined almost 40 years ago as a graduate student. And so I knew some of the founders of the society, and they were just on fire with community development. They loved the field and loved the society. So I'm maybe carrying on that tradition, but it's been a delight. And like I say, I truly love this society. It's just a wonderful, it's has since become family. We have a shared language, shared interest. So I think that's pretty much the history and a very quick summary. Any questions or comments?
Ron, we are taking, after the presentation of all, we will take Q&A. So okay. I request Cornell. She's Cornell Hart, Vice Chair of CDS, Vice Chair in Operation, and PhD. Her PhD in Education, a micro model for community level well-being measurement. Her area of studies. Then she is a MA Masters in research methodology. Very much interested subject in India, and interest area is international community development, and she is working in University of Western Cape, South Africa. So Cornell, your topic is importance of CDS.
Yes, thank you, Dilip. And I must say you show good, shall we say, research skills on finding us all on Google. And so it's very true. One of my key interests has always been, even before I joined the university, was to work all over Africa on community development and in different countries. And it's like Ron says, when you are with fellow practitioners, such as the Community Development Society, it's like family and you have a common language. And so tonight I'll briefly just share with you what is it that will benefit us, and how do I see the importance of the society. So for me, one of the big strengths or the purposes of the society and what we gain from it is that it strengthens as practitioners, it strengthens us in our practice. And the reason why it strengthens us is because there's this common language where we just interact and speak. And I mean, you've been at some of these conferences where it's on fire, like Ron says, things just ignites in you. And you can speak to somebody and they hear you. I remember when Mary Lucy introduced me to the society several years ago, I said to her at the end of the conference, I found home. I felt so often in South Africa that there are people that thinks like me and maybe speaks like me, but we don't connect enough. And I attended my first conference, and all of a sudden it feels like it's my brothers and sisters. We all speak the same language, we all live for the same purpose, and we all stand for the same principles. So I think one of the big things is that we get this practice unity going. Of course, because we stand for the same principles and we help society and communities, we influence policy, and in that process we learn from each other. And so it's an everlasting learning curve. The more you engage with other practitioners, the more you find ideas, the more you contribute, and so it's an evolving circle. And then I think what's really, really valuable, which is why I was excited when I saw how you started membership in growing both on the practitioner side and on the scholarly side, is that it helps us with our scholarship development. So it helps us when we are connected at universities or with universities, that our universities produce graduates that are good practitioners. So there's a role for the practitioner to tell us what works out there and how they go about it. And there's a role for academia or faculty, as we call it. And so that to me is one of the big strengths. And I think all of this, all of the strengths we actually achieve because we're connecting. Look at tonight. I mean, I must commend you. It's one of these virtual meetings where I can actually feel the energy. I was saying the other day, I miss being inside communities during lockdown because I'm still with people, but I don't feel them. And all of a sudden tonight, I feel energy. And I think tonight I experienced my first virtual Zoom session where I feel the energy, I feel the warmth, and I feel the connection. So the connecting is a good quality in CDS. And then the convening of meetings or chats or just a quick email between each other. And you've seen that. You've been in a role model on how you convene quite a big event like tonight. And then, of course, everybody always collaborates. Everybody is willing to collaborate. Everybody is willing to help. And that's why we're all here tonight. So what can I gain or share if I'm in CDS? For me, I'll share it from a personal perspective and from what other members have shared with me in the past, is that it's the go-to organization. It's your one-stop place where if you go there, you're going to be okay. And it's where we learn about community development and the different processes. The second thing is where we get opportunities to link with other practitioners and networking. Like tonight, all of a sudden, we know each other. And so after tonight, we can directly contact each other and we can share ideas. And then, of course, one of the big benefits is where we, as a society, can offer best practice ideas because we're so open in telling each other what is it that each one of us do in our muted. I was muted, but I'm unmuted, I hope.
Yeah.
And then we also, as a society, they are, and we will talk a bit about that later tonight, where we have, we have Vanguard and we have our journals, but there were also some case studies and other material being developed. So we continuously, through our members, do tools and materials that can help people that works in communities. And then, of course, the opportunity to offer leadership like you are, as a board member also, Dylan, but also to create leadership opportunities for young and upcoming practitioners. And then last but not least, what is CDS's direct importance for us? It helps us grow a discipline. So the minute I join CDS, I'm part of a society that has a big purpose in the world, and that's to say, what is community development? How do we grow this discipline? How do we be there for people? And so all the benefits coming from that is where we have interrelationships building, we have practitioners and scholars getting together, we get an opportunity to be mentored. I mean, Ron and Mary, both of them, has been just magnificent in guiding me and inducting me. And so it will enable me in future to mentor others, just like Ron said, how he started more than 40 years ago, and how he was inducted, and now he has an opportunity to give back. So there's lots of opportunity to chair or lead different working groups, and then to have good deliberations and put out position papers and give our opinion on issues like the pandemic. And then, of course, to showcase how being part of a society can actually make a real difference in society, and how we create awareness. And tonight is probably one of the most exciting awareness creations internationally that I've experienced so far in CDS. So thank you for that, Dilip. We'll see what comes up in the chat box, and then we'll take questions from it.
Thank you, Colonel. And our chairperson is here, KP William. Welcome to India Chapter Talk. Thanks for your short notice I gave, because I was in touch with Lucy and Cornell and Ron, so I don't want to disturb you earlier. So, but yes, so today I send you the details, and now we already, for your information, we already started with the Ron about the importance of history of CDS, and then Cornell importance and benefits also she covered. Ron, you want to speak for 1 or 2 minutes?
Yes, I think there are immense benefits to Indians to be part of the Community Development Society. One is, I think, just the connection with other people from around the world. And also we have 2 journals. I would like to see more articles about community development practice in those 2 peer-reviewed journals. And also there's conferences. There's a conference coming up in North Dakota, a virtual conference in July. It only costs $50 to be part of that conference. But the other thing is all students and all retired people can register for that conference for free. And again, the conferences tend to be, well, they get great reviews, and I think there's an electricity in the air that you'll benefit from, and exchange of information. So I hope Indians will consider this conference and being part of it. And I see Bob Birch, who's involved with the conference, has posted something on how to learn more about it. You're on mute, Dilip. We can't hear you.
Yeah, now you can get it. Yeah. So Bob, just you can explain about this upcoming the conference for 2 minutes.
Sure. Yeah, as Ron said, it's a virtual conference, so it'll all take place online. No travel necessary in these troubled times. And so we encourage you to sign up. We have 5 keynote speakers. The conference theme is Global Challenges, Local Resilience, and we'd love to have everybody's input into that. There's also a call for additional proposals open now. We had to cancel our 2020 conference due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And so some of the accepted proposals from 2020 will be part of the 2021 conference, but we are looking for additional proposals too, if you have your community development stories to share, especially those focused on local resilience.
Yes, thank you, Bob. Naturally, now our 400 plus people are viewing us and already joined 116, and we are having a data of I already shared with all of you about the 232 members from India chapter. So I hope around 100 will participate from India for the conference. They will send a paper, and naturally, my colleague teachers, they will publish their research and their articles related to community development in this whatever we are publishing every month, I think so. And now I request Mary Simon Lucy. She is talking about how to participate in CDS India chapter. But before that, Mary, she is the director of Missouri Campus Compact, University of Missouri Office of Extension and Engagement, co-founder of Community Development Academy, that is a North Central Regional Center for Rural Development 2001. And area of expertise is extension and adult education. So Mary, please give us your views on this.
Okay, thank you. It's a delight to be here because, well, for so many of the reasons that have been shared. And part of my role in the Community Development Society currently is leading the working group on chapters. And with that is also leading the international engagement, which is more of an informal group. And Philip is certainly part of that, as are a number of other people that are part of this call. So I wanted to talk a little bit about chapters and what that can mean. First of all, I've been part of the Missouri Community Development Society, which is a chapter. For the entire time I've been part of the Community Development Society, which is not, excuse me, not as long as Ron has been involved, but closing in on 35 years. So, and coming from the area from Missouri where CDS started, like Ron, I've known some of the founders, but I've had that same experience when I first went to conferences, feeling like I had found my kin, my soul brothers and sisters, and my family. So one of the things I want for you to understand about chapters is that the reason to have a chapter is to foster your own connections and your own professional development, your own networking, and your own work, collaborative work within India. Now, that also means it gives you this link then to the rest of us and so many others. But speaking from having been part of a chapter and observing others is that it creates for you that opportunity to advance community development in India. And to then link even with other groups in India, other organizations that might also be involved in community development or have some aspects of interest. So as you think about how to put your chapter together, one of the things to be affiliated with CDS, you'll need to develop your own bylaws and constitution that absolutely fit within the needs in India, that follow, all of any regulations or rules about organizations in India. And, we'll work with Dilip and others of you on details and getting that, but it needs to be what you need, first of all. And I think I sense, so the time is so right to have this opportunity for you to link and connect. And I'm just delighted how you're using technology, both the Zoom, the YouTube, the WhatsApp. I do a lot of work currently also in my role in Ghana, and we communicate all the time using WhatsApp. So I think that that's just wonderful. And I think you will bring some energy into how maybe we can ramp up our game within CDS, to be honest. So a couple of other things is that, so very much you need to keep it specific to India. As you think about what you want and where you want to go, Cornell mentioned even the idea of regional chapters. India, like the United States, is a very large country. And so, Missouri being a state within the US has its own chapter. And we've had other chapters in the past that have, eventually morphed or developed and maybe became part of something else or shifted. But so that's something to kind of keep your eye on, and doesn't mean you have to do that. It's also going to be important to collaborate back with the chapters committee, with the board. And it's going to be important that the officers you elect are, then members of the Community Development Society. I would not encourage that you have to consider, I would not encourage that you make it a priority that everyone in your chapter has to be a member of CDS at large. There are opportunities for it. It can become that gateway and opportunities to connect. And so, we'll be working back and forth and learning tremendously about how do we create those appropriate linkages and those benefits that are part of CDS, but that can be available to members of the chapter, which of those. But that's why it's so important that your officers would be part of the organization. But by and large, you can create your own awards, and that can become, you can create your own newsletter, your own ways of communicating. I encourage you to really think about that. Maybe the last thing I'll say is that I've observed over the years, being part of the Missouri chapter, is that, we've hosted probably, I lost track, maybe some of it was before my time, but maybe 4 of the annual conferences. We were the host, and Dilip showed a few pictures of the 50th anniversary conference, since this is where it was founded. But I've also, at one point we had a chapter in Australia, and that was the chapter that hosted the conference in Australia. So you don't want to jump there immediately, but don't think of it as something that's impossible either. And you'll want to figure out how to host things in your own country. I think I've said plenty. We'll wait for Q&A. Thank you, Dilip.
Thank you, Mary. It's nice to explain about that. And naturally, we are after the pandemic period, within a year, with my team, I'm very much confident on my team of this more than 100 people. So we will invite you, all of you, and CDS conference will be there, not in any urban area, but in a rural area and the tribal area. And with that, we can stay there, we can enjoy their life and enjoy the local food instead of 5-star food, the local food, how they cook. And it's a very, very good experience. We can take it during within a few years. It's 1 year is enough for us. And all these colleagues are always ready to invite all of you here. Before going to KP, just I'm giving information to other participants that we are having another vice chair. Justin Dollard is there with us. Anthony Cook as the secretary. Then Kurt Mantonia, director. Mariam, she is a director. Houston Gibson, director. And Daniela Matos is the director. And Eric Trevan also. Then the others are here with us. And KP, before inviting you, I want to show you the one photo that at the beginning I shared with all of you. Just give me 1 minute. like that. Can you see this photo?
Still busy loading the lip. You must just
Yeah.
click twice. Click twice.
Can you see this?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet. Not yet.
Just click on the button twice when you want to show us the presentation and give out your secret that you showed us earlier, where you had a plan with your photo when you were in the conference 2 years ago.
Can you see this? No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
No.
Not this photo.
No. See if you click on share screen again and then on your
Yes.
PowerPoint
Yes.
again.
Yes. 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 Right. I will click on the share screen. Where it is? Yeah.
And then again on your PowerPoint, and it should show. You must click twice.
Just नहीं येत ना ये ना इकडे या साईड हे बघ पिक्चर जस्ट हे शेअर ओके साइन सेंड द कॉपी नाही मराठीत बोल what are you doing?
It's a good
KP,
thing.
it was a great photo of you
Yes.
with Dilip at the conference in 2019.
Yeah, this is what happens if we do very important pictures. You are recorded in history for life with that beautiful picture. But we'll get it just now, I'm sure.
Right. Just
Sir, I will share on behalf of you.
okay, please. Please, Shubham. Shubham, open.
I think it's because we have the real person in the house now. I mean, KP came in for real, so no, nobody wants to see a photo. They want to see you
Just I want to ask Lisa. Lisa, you want to share your views for a minute? Lisa?
She's on mute.
Oh, yeah, she is a mute. Okay, no problem. We talk with us. And now about the chair of our CDS, KP Williams. He's a chair. He's from Iowa State University, USA, and his PhD in education. His topic was for PhD leadership emphasis, Chapman University, and his one interest, he's having so many interests, but one interest is rural community development. That is the link between him and me. That is rural development is my interest area. He is rural community development, like Mary. So I request KP, just you can guide us about the involvement of students and practitioners.
Well, thanks so much. And it's so exciting to see several familiar faces and obviously so many new faces as well. And I apologize for being a bit late. I was some time zone confusion, so I apologize for that, but I am here. And so thank you so much for the introduction as well. I'm in the last year of the leadership track currently as the chair of the board, and just sort of doing what I can to shepherd us through the unknown and the craziness of the last year. But we've got a great group of folks sort of on the board, and plenty of other members who are supporting the work of the board. So it certainly does take a community of us to continue the work that's been going on as a society for 50 years and hopefully for 50 more. to speak a bit about sort of students and practitioners is easy, even as a self-identified academic, I suppose. I started with CDS shortly after finishing my master's program. My first conference I attended in Charleston, South Carolina, USA in 2013. And I actually presented my master's degree research at that conference. So it was really, I jumped in. I was sort of taken under the wing of several folks who were on the board of directors at the time, and really just very quickly integrated and felt welcome and valued and appreciated. And so I was not a student at the time, but was in practice and working at Tulane University in New Orleans and supporting their programs for service learning and public service internship programs and connecting students with the broader New Orleans community. And so all throughout my own youth development, I was involved in service and youth development programs, and really getting involved in community service early was my earliest form of community development, though I didn't know to call it that at the time, of course. And now it all just sort of makes sense. When I look back, it was a very non-linear path to get to where I am now, but so many different opportunities to give back, to be involved, to listen, and to really meet people where they are and help themselves, rather than just sort of hand out or prescribe to them what's important or what their focus should be. So there are definite benefits of students joining CDS, mentoring up and mentoring down, right? So when we think about being a very intergenerational organization, we have various age cohorts that are represented. And so finding ways to work across those age cohorts, I think, is very important. And so the role of mentorship is, I think, very much a part of that endeavor. We clearly have folks with a long program history and service to the organization and experiences in their own communities, as well as we have new and emerging scholars, thinkers, practitioners, doers who have lots of their own lived experiences to share. And I think when we're able to share those between those age groups and really sort of develop the most promising practices that are honoring the history and those that have done the work before us, but also opening up opportunities to do things in new ways, to be innovative, to be responsive to sort of the changing needs of our communities and the broader society overall. I think we're at a point where the opportunity meets the moment, and it's exciting to be a part of that.
Yes, Kepi, thank you. Thank you very much. Now Lisa is there, and she's from Canada, and she's the director of chair of membership subcommittee communication and engagement. So today is her area, communication, engagement, membership. So Lisa, I would happy if you say a few words.
Thank you very much, Dilip. I'm very happy to, and my apologies for having to step out a few minutes ago. I maybe want to share, because I'm a practitioner. So I'm based in Canada, and the organization that I lead as executive director looks after supporting positive mental wellness for our community, poverty reduction, increasing inclusion and diversity, and supporting an end to family violence and building healthy relationships. We do a lot of work through volunteerism and supporting youth and the seniors in our area. So I'm excited to be part of this. I know we have a lot of academics on the call, but CDS is for more than just academics. There's also a very strong practitioner component to the interdisciplinary nature of CDS. As lead of the working group with membership, engagement, and communication, part of what Dan Call and I, who's a longtime CDS member as well, and I are working on is building up our Vanguard, which is the newsletter, and that provides up-to-date information about what's going on with the organization. It's a great opportunity to share the latest details on some projects that you're working on and really communicate and engage with members. The other area of focus for this year, for 2021, we'll be putting together a membership survey to gain a better understanding of what our members are interested, what they value, and what they need from CDS. So lots of different ways for you to be involved. I would invite anyone to get in touch with me. I will post my email in the chat box if you would like to be part of that membership communication and engagement working group. So welcome. It's wonderful to see everyone here today. Thank you very much, Dilip.
Thank you, Lisa. It's almost we cover around 6 people from our community development family, and now every bi-monthly we will invite one by one Ron, then Mary, then Lisa, Cornell, KP, and Bob. And my colleague teacher is around 232. As per their demand, you can speak on one subject like that, about the community, how to work like that. It will be big event. Just this is the first inauguration of CDS India part. We started with this, and I need your help from all of you to guide us to how we can come and the good network we can develop in India. And there is a possibility after this first this coming conference, after that we can meet personally in 2022, like that, for the conference. And naturally we will invite all of you here, and no doubt about that, we will continue this India chapter. And now today's participants. Teachers, school teachers are 10, professors are 23, associate professor 35, and assistant professors are 123. The young brigade assistant professor, they are very much interested, and the practitioner director, 18 principals of various colleges, they joined today, and 8 directors from various institutes, they are also here with us. And students, 11 postgraduate students are there. So this is around 232 participants for our first program webinar. And Bob told that there is a concession free of cost for students, right? And for the retired people. So is any possibility to extend the 15 days, because I'm retiring on 31st July?
No, I'm sorry, Dr. Patel. For
Okay,
anyone
okay.
else, I would do it, but not for you. Sorry, you're going to have to.
Yes.
No requirement.
Just joke. These are the things. Now our 15 minutes are balanced with us. I request my department associate professor, Dr. Kunal Yadav, to on behalf of our participants, some questions are there. We are looking on the chat box. So please, on behalf of them, please ask questions, Kunal. Kunal, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, some
I'm not
questions
sure
are
what
on
you're
chat
asking.
box. Yeah. If you can read the chat box, you can answer, no problem. Anyone can answer. If you can see the question from the participants, you can answer anyone, no problem.
I did see one question earlier from a participant who was looking for opportunities for internships. And what I would say with that is one of the things that occurs, sometimes it gets posted to the CDS website or in the Vanguard, internships, from various organizations or members. But perhaps the best opportunity is if you use your WhatsApp, you create your other communications channels there in India. That is a great outcome of having a chapter, is that kind of awareness. And I know from the chapter here in Missouri, So many of my friends and colleagues found job opportunities, all kinds of things, created new programs because of the people that they met and worked with from other organizations.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Any other questions are there? I think I seen one question about the membership. How to become a member of CDS.
Ron, that's probably also something you are an expert in, as you are the chair of the working group for all the memberships.
Yes, there are different levels of memberships. So the fee is for students, as I recall, I don't have it in front of me, about $60 or so US for those, or it's $130 for others. If you'd like that includes 2 journals. It includes practice series, but it's all on the CDS website, the benefits of membership and the various benefits. The other thing is there's also something called institutional memberships. So that is a group or an organization can sign up, and it's several $100s, but then they can sign up 3 members, 5 members, 6 members, something like that. So again, that's all on the CDS website. So there are membership for students, a rate for retirees, a rate for those who are working, and then a rate for those associated with institutions. So the institutional membership is often a way that people can get their membership funded and participate. They also have voting rights to elect officers to the society. And it's great that Dr. Patil, is a member of the board. We're delighted about that. And I hope that there will be other opportunities, but it's relatively easy to join. There is the expense, and that can be an issue, but with, like I say, the institutional membership, that can make it a little easier for people.
Good. Any other questions are there? Anyone can read and answer?
There's a question about student exchange, whether there's any possibility for that. Okay. And I think possibilities are always there. Most formal student exchanges occur between specific institutions, but what I would say is membership in CDS can foster those kinds of relationships out of which that can grow. But we're also, I failed to mention, we're also working with students to organize a student chapter this year. And that group will, just like an India chapter, create its own sense of purpose and where it's going within the confines of CDS. And that may be something that would emerge there, more of an informal kind of exchange. So I think these kinds of ideas are really good to put out on the table so that we can't do all of it all at once, but so that we can. But right now there is no CDS formal programming for student exchange. However, we have a number of academics involved for those of you at institutions there, and that might create some of those opportunities.
Yeah, good. The one question I seen from Malavika, that what will be the main role of teacher educator in CDS? What will be the main role of teacher educator in CDS? Anyone can answer.
Ron? I mean, many of us have been, but why don't you start on that?
Well, I think there are several options that we could explore. One is I have long thought we needed a special issue of the Community Development Journal on pedagogy and community development education. That needs to happen, and people in India could take the lead with others from around the world. But this is really important, and it's been neglected. So I think great opportunity for a special issue. And then there have been at the Community Development Society conferences, the international conferences, there have been sessions, 1 hour session, 2 hour sessions on community development, education, and pedagogy. So there are these opportunities. We just need to seize it. But I think this is the most area for greatest growth in the Community Development Society. It has not been fully explored.
Yes.
And we could also have a special interest group or even a chapter on international community development education, which could be quite vibrant and make an impact, I think, across the globe.
Yes, yes. There are other questions also about some teachers. Dipali Patil, she asks, how will the working class manage to work with CDS, especially women, since the priorities of women vary in India? Like that. Okay. Usha
I think
Bhatt-
that's a question that you have to wrestle with and answer yourselves in India and
Right.
determine. And we're more than willing to engage with you, but you know your own culture, your own context, and what your own priorities are going to be. Having said that, I think it's very, very important to think about how do you figure out how to include people who may, for reason of gender, reason of socioeconomics, reason of their subculture, their age, might feel excluded. So that is something that I encourage you to really wrestle with that.
Yeah, my suggestion to Dipali Patil, she can do survey and prepare some research project and send it to CDS to study all other women from the other countries. Thank you that Dipali. Then Usha Bhandare asks, sir, any innovative ideas in the rural development to implement in India, such a huge populated country? So there are, I think this question to me directly, because I'm from the rural development and Indian rural development, such huge a populated country. That's okay, no doubt about that. We can start from the small, and small is beautiful, like that. We can start anything. Then there are some questions. Uh, uh, mm, Bob is asking here. Here's question from YouTube. Does community development encompass health changes? Health changes. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, Ron, you want to talk?
Well, I think community development covers a wide area of topics. So yes, there have been special issues on public health in the journal, Community Development Journal. We've also had a number of sessions at our conferences on public health issues, agriculture. It covers, there's been a special issue just on disabled, people who are disabled in communities and what that means. So community development covers so many disciplines and areas. So definitely public health, definitely agriculture, housing, economic development, minorities. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Now I think one question is there for Cornell. This is the scope of joint research studies. Cornell, scope of joint research studies.
Yes, again, normally just like the exchange or internships, that starts off between institutions. But what's very good is if people come up with a research initiative. And so sort of just what we call a pitch, a small paragraph, the same that you would send in for an abstract, and say, this is the research initiative. Share it with us at CDS. And that we then share it amongst our groups and even via the Vanguard. and then connect people, because there has been a number of projects, and I've learned so much from listening to Margaret and to Ron on other projects that they've been involved in. And so it sometimes cuts across countries, it cuts across different regions and states and universities. So it's sometimes difficult. If I used to also think, yes, I want to connect, and who do I connect with? And people say with a university. Okay, which one and how? Normally that happens a lot at the conference, where people would introduce you to like-minded people or somebody in your own field. But I think in the interim, it normally works better if you just put it out there, send it through to us and say, I would like to do collaborative research, or I'm interested in hearing more about this or investigating more about this. And that we then look in our network and say, who else is on the same topic or who's interested in the same topic? Because you often find that there's more than one institution that's interested to do it. And the best thing is, I've seen it with the international meeting that Mary chaired the other night, that you were also part of it, with Uganda, that have so many of their private sector organizations that even wants to be part of research. We always just think it's higher learning that does it. It isn't. It's not just the education sector. So please do send us some of your research initiatives. And like Ron also said, tell us where you have a lot of research findings already, or information that can maybe be brought through special editions of the CDS journal.
Yes, thank you, Colonel. There is I have to say thanks specially to the Ram Niranjan Jhunjhunwala College, one of the good big college in Mumbai. They gave us a technical support to organize all this, and the teachers, Sunita Kulkarni and other principal, we seen that earlier. So all these people are with us, with the university, and because of them, it is we are talking with each other, explaining, and this is a big event. So my sincere thanks to my colleague teacher and principal of Jhunjhunwala College. So that's why. And now I hope there is this 11 o'clock is there, and this is for 1 hour only. And in future, we are one person. I want to invite and give maximum time to talk with us, discuss with us. And we are having around 232 people, and they are special. There some are from education, from science, from humanities, political science, economics. So like that specialized group I want to do. And in their group, suppose there some the same people in other same subject in other part of world, in community development society, they can interact each other. That is my idea behind that. So like that, I want to develop different groups among our India chapter. So that is my idea to organize this, to inaugurate this. I'm very much thankful. I request Principal Dr. Jitendra Aherkar to, on behalf of participants, give vote of thanks.
A very warm welcome from India, and greetings of the season, and greetings for the National Women's Day, which is going to begin in just 1 hour in India. On the outset of this inauguration ceremony of Community Development Society, myself, Dr. Jitendra Aherkar, Principal of Bill Amlani Women's College, would like to thank Professor Ronald Hustle, past President of CDS, Cornel Hart, Vice Chair, Professor Mary Simon, K.L. Williams, and our own Chair Convener, Dr. Dilip Patil, for introducing us to this CDS chapter. We wish that will promote active and representative participation, enabling all social communities and engaging members in learning and understanding with community issues for a long time sustainability in our country, as well as exchange program with CDS US. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jitendra. Lisa is there from Canada, and Bob is there from North Dakota.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you. Thanks a lot. We completed. And good afternoon to all of you. I think good afternoon, right?
Yes. Good evening.
And good evening from South Africa. Thank you, guys. This was wonderful. I hope that this will just
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you again soon.
For sure.
Yes.
Thank
yes.
you, Dilip.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.